Welcome to the show.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet base.
All right, guys, let me make sure I got everything set up here. Give me 1 second. I'm hoping we don't have near the issue we had last week. I'm hoping it was just a YouTube glitch that was giving us all that grief last week. So let's see who's on here. Let's see, we got, let's see, Justice. Let's get ready to rumble. Randall's on here. Hey, Randall. Let's see. TOC PCS. I'm spinning around. All right. Let's see. Andrew's on here. Hey, Andrew. Dr. S is on here. Happy Sunday. Let's see. We got 9 people watching right now. Make sure to hit that like button for me if you don't mind. Go ahead and click on that. Let's see. John here. What's up, Eric? All right. Hey, John. All right. Let's see. Let's get the party started. Oh, there's 30-Day Gambler. Hey, guy, how you doing? All right, so welcome to Sunday Night Spins here at 35-to-1 Roulette Cruisin. We spin out a few strategies, take about an hour, usually go through about 3 to 5 sessions. We start with $1,500 for the night, and our goal is to earn some points, hopefully make some money, okay? And the thing we do at the very end, if you hang out to the end, you're able to join in on the last spin one-hit wonder. So you got to hang out to the end in order to participate with that, okay? And let's see. So, and the winner of that earns a chip. And so far I've shipped out, I don't know, anywhere between 5 to 10 of these things by now, I'm sure. So anyway, so there it is. That'll be what we're playing for at the end. If we can make it till the end. That's the problem we had last week. Last week, for some reason, the video was shutting off on YouTube. The chat was still up and working, but for some reason the video stopped. So I had to start another one, and then it cut off again on me. So hopefully it was just a YouTube glitch, and we get it all squared away, and they got it all squared away this week, hopefully. And we'll see how long it holds up, and we'll see where it goes from there. All right, so what we got here? All right, PCS. That's Jason, by the way. Okay, all right, Jason. All right, we got you on here. Let's see, Justice. Aaron, in case you didn't know. Okay, so Aaron's on here. And let's see, PCS, my turn for that chip. All right, you got to see how it goes. Bob's on here. So who won last week? Who did win last week? I think it was 30-Day. Yeah, 30-Day Gambler won it last week. And I think he's received a couple of chips, if I'm not mistaken. I tried to put in, yeah, 30-Day says me. So, yeah, I'm assuming you got your chip. All right, so, well, what are we going to do tonight? We've got $1,500 to work with. Anything that you guys want to run out or anything, or you want me just to pick something out? We could do the big 20 again that Randall sent. I think I did the video for that this week. I wasn't planning on being on here tonight, but things worked out to where I could get home a little early enough to jump on here. So let's see. I don't know. Got anything? All right, 5 corners. Don't think it came yet, but it may be in the pile. Okay, okay. 5 corners is my favorite with pressure. All right, let's try that. Let's do some 5 corners. So let me set these papers here out of the way because I've got another strategy somebody sent me. But I'm still working on kind of fine-tuning it because he's wanting to combine a couple of things, and I haven't exactly worked out the process for that yet. All right, so let's see. Let me get all this squared away. All right, so we got $500 to work, or $1,500 to work with. That's our start for the night. Randall says, have a new strategy to try. Okay, we'll try to look at that in a minute, Randall. All right, so let's see. What are we going to start with? $500? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's go $500. And I think we're playing with red chips with this one. All right, so the 5 corners, 1 column is the direction we're going. I think we have to have $75 to start. It's been a minute since I played. All right, remember, you got to have your cash on the table, your CPAS card. They scan it, give it back to you. That's how you get your points on the cruise. All right, so the 5 corners, 1 column. We put 5 chips there, so that's $25 on that first column, okay? Then we put $10 on 5 corners. And these 5 corners could go anywhere, you know, if you wanted to shift them around, shift them this way. I like to just keep the middle of the table covered. That's just my preference, so it's completely up to you guys. Have I got something screwed up here? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got to shift 1. All right. That got it all screwed up before we even start. All right. So does that look like it's set up right? And PCS. Oh, that's Jason. I got to remember that, Jason. All right. I got to remember that. All right. So here we go. First spin, 5 corners, 1 column strategy. And you guys want to see it with pressure. So let's see how it goes. Hope everybody's had a good week. All right, 15. All right, let's rake it. Let's pay it out just so we can see what our profit is on that. So that's going to pay 8 to 1. That's going to pay 16 chips right there. All right, there's 15. There is 16 chips. Pretty sure that's 3 chips profit if I'm not mistaken. And we're going to just rebet the $10 on each of those. And there's the 5. So here is the 3 chips here. So let's hold for one more win. Let's see how it goes. Let's see, 2 wins, add a chip to the corners. Right, okay. All right, so we have our 3 chips. That's our 3 chip profit on that corner. If it hits the column, remember, that's a push. All right, 5. Okay, so that's another 3 chip profit right there. All right, so what we're talking about putting pressure with it, we're going to take 5 of those chips and we're going to go up 1 chip each on those corners. Okay, we're going to just bring 1 chip back to our rack here. Now the only problem with this one is if we hit the column, which now that I mentioned it, it's probably going to hit the column, we lose that $25. Okay, but we're playing with profit, so we're just trying to see if we can get a little more out of it. Okay, and you know, what did I tell you what happened? All right, so I'm just going to take those 5 chips off of there. So we just lost those 5. All right, but that's okay. That's all right. We've got a good average. We've got a good average going. We're at $75 on the table, and we could double this up if we wanted. We can go with $150 on the table if your bankroll can you know, work with that. Okay. All right, so we got 19. That's another push. And we're trying to just grind some time at the table with this one and able to make a little money off of it. All right, 25. Now we're just going to run that column. I'm almost thinking that, you know, whenever we get the chips to press up, we don't press it until we hit the column once, you know, and then go with the pressure after that. Kind of my thought. All right, so we just lost $75. Is it going to be one of those nights? Maybe not. Maybe we get lucky tonight. All right, there we go. Now we've reset. We're back to step 1, which we haven't made it to step 2, but for 1 spin, so really doesn't matter. Back to the beginning. All right, 19. Come on, we got to get off this column. We need some corner wins with this one. I don't know how many of you are on here that cruises and gets offers and stuff, but a pretty good offer came through for Utopia. And luckily, we were already booked for that cruise. We had an interior cabin for Utopia on January 30th. Well, the offer came through for a balcony, ocean view balcony for 1, and my wife got the same offer, but for just ocean view, no balcony. We combined for the balcony. So we upgraded our cabin to an ocean view balcony for like an extra $60. All right, so if you guys are cruising very often, there's some pretty good offers out there right now. All right, so I'm going to do what I said. So I'm just going to collect those 3 chips right there, and if we hit a column, then I'll press it up. You know, we might get lucky and might hit 4 or 5 corners in a row, but it would be nice to press it up, but that column just kills that $25 you're trying to work with there. So let's work it that way for a second and see what happens. All right, 19. So see, that saved us that $25 right there. All right, now we hit that corner or that column. Now, using my theory, we've hit it once. Now we're going to press them corners up. All right, I just used 4 offers. Nice, Bob, nice. All right, 32. Look at there. All right, so I'm going to rake it. And that should pay 24 chips right there. All right, there's 24 chips. We're going to reduce it back down to base. And there we go, 25 there. So now, that one cycle, there's all of our profit for that one cycle. That is $50, $65. So now we're just starting back over. Let's get a couple of hits on them corners now. And of course, good thing we made $65 profit because it just took 75. All right, let's see. All right, so Jason says, let's see, but I would go up. Oh, okay. I've had some good runs. Yeah. All right, so we're just going back to base. And you know, and like I've said, sometimes it's just we're going for time at the table. It would be nice to you know, get a lot of profit, but the comps, they have a monetary value, so you gotta think about it that way. If you can just survive, that's the main thing. All right, 22. All right, that's a column hit. All right, Bob, those back to backs, are they all on the same ship? And if they are, which ship is it? 23. All right, there's that three chip profit there. All right, 12. There we go. That's another 3 chip profit there. All right, we're going to hold on to that for a minute. We're going to hit a column before we press up. All on Liberty in January. All right. Liberty's I think it's going in for one in the dry dock soon, isn't it? Or is that Liberty or Freedom? Which one? Which one's going in to get the upgrade? Is that Liberty? Anybody know? There's another 3 chip profit there. We're just going to keep collecting those 3 chips there. Yeah, Liberty and Freedom, those are nice size ships, to be honest. I mean, they're okay. All right, so we've hit a column. All right, so here we go. We're going to press up these corners now. Yeah, 30 Day says he likes Liberty. I think it might be leaving for reefer. Okay. Yeah, I think it's about to go into dry dock here pretty soon. 19. Crap. All right, so we lost those 5 chips. All right, so we're just going to go there. We're just going to take those winnings right there. Let's go ahead and just put them back in our stack there. Just like we're resetting here. Let's see, that would have been 65 profit on 12. It would have. Liberty goes to Southampton in April and then dry dock. Okay. All right, 2. Whack. All right. Let's see, we are 16 spins into this one at a $75 average. So it's going into dry dock from April 19th to May 28th. Oh, Lord. That is, tonight's going to be one of them nights for zeros, double zeros. You'll keep that in mind for the last spin. That's what, well, 30 Day, he won it last week because he was on the basket and it hit 2 last week. That's a long dry dock, yeah, because I think they got to do a lot of work on it because they're putting, you know, of course I think they're adding the casino and the promenade on Liberty. All right, there's 6, so there is the 3 chips right there. Let's hold those for a second. Let's see. Do you know where it's going after dry dock? Anybody know where it's going after dry dock? It says Harmony will be dry about the same time. Oh, so they're going to fix up 2 ships. All right, there we go. So we have 2 wins on the corners. Jason's saying we need to go ahead and press them. So let's go ahead and press it. We're going to bring that 1 chip back to our rack. So Harmony's going to dry dock in Barcelona. Liberty is going in Southampton. 4. Jason. All right. Here we go. All right, we're on spin 20. $75 average. All right, 7. Another push. Let's go ahead and get 30 spins out of it. Let's get us some points, being we're down $200 right now. Come on. All right, there we go. 28. Another push. So anybody got any cruises booked in the next week or 2? 27. There we go. That's 3 chips profit right there. Let's see. Bob says, I'm an Excel nerd. He says, I got every ship scheduled for the next 2 years. Okay. That's good information to know there, Bob. Let's see. Stuck in Chesalandia. What the heck? Okay, so got an offer for 2 rooms, but can't take it. Yeah, I know. I'm about the same way. I saw that offer come through a while back. 30. There is another 3 chip. All right, we're holding those for right now. We're going to wait for it to hit the column first. Let's see. I'm on Anthem in a few weeks. That's Jason. And Bob says, same here, stuck. Yeah, that 2-room offer was a good offer. But the problem was, oh Lord, the problem was I think it was out of LA, if I'm not mistaken. Because they were trying to get some people over that way to go out of LA, I think is what's going on. Yeah, it was a pretty good offer because you could get your stateroom and then you could bring another set of friends. So if you had the offer, your wife had the offer, then you could get 4 cabins and just pay the port fees and taxes for, I mean, you're talking 8 people being able to go on a cruise. All right, 9. Is that 9? 9. All right, there's 3 chips there. All right, Dad of TikTok says currently not booked until, okay, so he's not booked until March. Justice says Adventure for Christmas week. That's a good cruise. The one I got in here in Florida, but the only sailings are in 25, but I'm booked. Yeah, that's kind of, oh man, that's the same way I am. I got too much going on. I got a lot of offers sitting there and can't do anything with them. What the heck's going on? Just got too much personal stuff going on here right at the end of the year. Yeah, I got a cruise booked January 2nd, the 30th of January, March for spring break, and then an Alaskan cruise in June. That's what I have booked right now. So, plenty of room to fit in a few more for next year. Let's see, some of them sell tomorrow, LR. Better hurry and get on the road. Okay. All right, 7, that's a push. All right, this is spin 29. I'm almost thinking of throwing them out there on them corners in the middle. 5, but I know I'd put it on the wrong ones. All right, so there is. All right, so now we're going to take 5 of those chips. We're on our last spin. Let's see if we can recover just a little bit. A little bit more. So let's see. Eagle says, he says, my wife and I have been Carnival for 18 years. After their cutthroat news to platinum guest, we are trying our first Norwegian in January. Okay. Well, we get 19. Then we lose that $25. Lord have mercy. We couldn't get anything going with this one tonight. All right, let's see what we finished with. So we were in for 500 for that one. And we are out $195. So in for 500, out for 195. That's a loss of $305. We went 30 spins with it, and our average was $75. We throw that extra 25 on there, so maybe they'd have caught it at 100, but we're just going to say $75 average. So 150, 225 points. Does that seem about right? So 225 points, and we lost just over $300. Okay. All right. Could have been worse, but we did get some good points off of it. All right. Let's see. Aaron, you on here? Let's see. Aaron had something that he sent me. He's been playing the 315 strategy on most of his cruises, and I don't know if any of you have looked at the 315. I gotta get my money. Let's see. Let's just say we got $200 back. All right, we're just gonna be generous and act like we got an extra chip for some reason. All right, so Aaron, talk to us about the 315. We're gonna buy in again for $500. I need to keep that money because that's my money. All right, remember, cash on the table, your CPass card, they scan it, give it back to you. All right, so the 315, it's a $45. It's a $45 average with it. But Aaron, I think, has been doing just a little more with it. And I think originally the strategy was 3 chips on the first 12, 3 chips on the third 12. And then we take these other 3 chips and we bet 3 corners. Okay. So if it hits on the first or third 12, it's a push. And if it hits on any of these other ones, it's a push. So you only have 4 numbers that are a push. Now, that are a bust. Your profit numbers, your jackpot numbers are 17 and 20. So you're wanting 17 and 20 to hit. Okay. So Dan's on here. Hey Dan, how you doing, buddy? So let's just get it started right here. Let's see if we can get us that 1720. What's Dan saying? He says my next cruise is actually a celebrity cruise from New Year's. Looking forward to all non-smoking casino. Then Icon in mid-January. Justice says minimum level 15 on first dozen, 15 on, okay, so this is Aaron. So 15 on first dozen, 15 on third dozen, 1 chip. So we're adding a chip. Okay, let's see what this one did here. All right, so there we go. So that's that. We pay this. So that was our first spin. So, okay, so help me out here, Aaron. So we've got 15, 15. We've got 15 there, right? And then we put 1 chip on 17, 20 corners. We add 1 chip. Okay, so we got the corners and then 1 chip. So he's actually sacrificing one chip on the 0, double 0. All right. Yeah, so is celebrity all non-smoking, Dan? Is that how that celebrity is just non-smoking only? yeah, Dan wants a copy of that spreadsheet, Bob. All right, 28. Okay, so it's a push, but we lose this 1 chip. All right. Does that look right there, Aaron? Am I doing it right? Let's see. All right, so Dan says, yeah, all non-smoking. No smoking allowed at all in the casino. All right, there's another 1 chip loss. All right, we're back right there. All right, so Aaron says it looks like we're doing it the way he plays it. He sacrifices a $5 chip. Because if we can get one of the hits, it will help. All right, so that's, let's see, that's 6, 7, 8 right there. Let's see. And we're really looking to cover as much as we can, because right now you only have 2 numbers that are a bust. You have a good win here. Yeah, 17 chips right there. So if a 12 hit or a 0, double 0 hits, but it's all these pushes is what's going to eat those $5 chips away. But Aaron has had some good runs with this strategy, I think. Has had, can run a long time. You win one and you recover all that, and then you're back to square one, All right, 13. Again, that is the 1 chip loss right there. We just need a 0, double 0 to hit. It does cover the split, 0, double 0. Yep. You'd better just be better off just betting the 0 split. That's what we're betting. Let's see, 26 again. All right, let's see. We're going to see if we can get us a bunch of spins out of it. $45, but this puts it at $50 right there. Let's see. Four. Come on, we need us a 0, double 0 to hit. All right, Dan says, I was on Wonder last weekend, my first and last time on that ship. And probably my last time on Utopia or Wonder. Those 3-4 night gamblers aren't for me. That is, it's a different group. There we go, finally. We got that 0. All right, let's rake it. Let's see what we end up with. So that's going to pay 17 chips right there. There's 16. And look at there. We just recovered everything. And then back to those corners there. So there's our profit. We'll bring that back to our rack, and we recovered everything we had lost. So it's pretty well just keeps you alive. Yeah, those 3 or 4 night sellings, I don't know why them bigger ships aren't taking longer sellings. I mean, I guess I understand why they're doing it, to get more people on the ships. But, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is nice for those of us that, you know, don't want to take a full week off of vacation to go on a cruise. We can just, you know, jump on a weekend cruise. But like you're saying, the group of people that's on a weekend cruise compared to a 7-night cruise, they're a lot different. But I've actually noticed, Dan, that like the 4 nights that go from like Monday night to Thursday night, or whatever it is, Monday to Friday, the people are different. You know, you don't have as many of the partiers on those weekday cruises, and it's actually the casino's a little bit dead during those 4-night cruises, to be honest. Let's see. Aaron says, I'll switch between 4-1 basket, which is more aggressive, and if I think a bust is coming, I'll switch to 315 for a bit. So he'll run this, and then he'll switch over to the 4-1 basket. All right, 21. I mean, Dan, you've been on a lot of cruises. I know you've noticed that too. I do have that on Liberty all 3 and 4 nights. And tell us, Bob, whenever you get back from that cruise, you know, tell us if you notice the difference in the people from the 3-night to the 4-night. All right, what we got? Dan says, yeah, I guess the midweek cruise would be calmer, but that sort of defeats the purpose. Why not just do a 7-night if I'm taking the whole... Yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm the same way. We're doing a 4-night for spring break. We're not doing a 7-night for spring break. We're just going to get on the ship on Monday, get off on Friday. And how many of you think for the Prime cruise, will Star be excluded or not? 25. I'd kind of like to jump on Star over the summer if I can. Let's see. Bob says, yeah, that Monday through Friday and Friday through Monday, I'm sure is a different crowd. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put that on there. So here on my table, I'll do that. All right. All right, there we go. All right, let's go. We're at 17 spins right now with it. Let's see. Well, we got to get another one. Let's see. Sammy says, I feel the weekend cruises are the party cruisers. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of, you know, you got a different group. Daddy TikTok says, good luck on that 4-night spring break cruise. Yeah, I'm taking the kids. We're going to be on Utopia for that one. That's what I picked my my Prime cruise, my tier cruise. I picked Utopia for spring break because, you know, there was obviously no offers coming for spring break, and we try to do a cruise every spring break. So that was the latest and greatest that we could get onto. So 27. All right, we got to have us a 0 hit, 0 double 0 hit. It's landing all around it, that's for sure. All right, Aaron says, I've actually worked with adding 1 chip on the 15 and 24 for complete coverage, but it doesn't work as well in my experience. Okay, so even adding those 2, so then we'd be losing 3 chips every time, right? All right, so this is spin 20. We're going to go spin a 20. Then we're going to convert it over to the 4-1 basket, like Aaron says. He kind of does that to kind of recover a little bit. All right, 19. All right, so we've gone 20 spins with it right there at a $45 or $50 average. So let's say we've earned 100 points right now. Let's see. So Dad says, we're doing a 7-night spring break on Celebrity. Bob says, I am looking forward to checking out that new Nassau resort. in January. I'll be able to see it from the ship, but have you looked at the prices for that thing? I mean, it's like sky high to get on there. I don't. Let's see. It just drains too quickly. Yeah, well, okay, using the 3 chips on there. All right, so let's do the 401 basket. So walk me through the 401 basket, Aaron. You know, I run through all these strategies and they just, what do we do here? 4, I think we go, do we do $10 on 4 corners? Help me out, type it in for me. And we do a basket. I'm trying to remember what we do here. I should have looked at this before we started. Is it 75? Come on. Because I know we do a basket. And we do 4 corners. And do we do 3 chips down there on the column? Is it 3? Should have these written down somewhere. All right, let's see. So get it in there for me, Aaron. So there's 3 chips there, 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 1 chip on the basket. And that should profit 1 chip, except whenever you lose. All right. Let's see, Dan, there are some Black Friday sales. Okay, so we need to look at that. I've got a 40% off. All right, 60 on the 3rd column. Oh. So, okay, 60 on the 3rd column, 20 on the basket. Okay, 20 on the basket, and 25 on 4 corners. Okay. Yeah, it was a whole lot more expensive than I thought it was going to be. All right, so there we go. That's too far, ain't it? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20, 25, 25, 25, 25, and 60. All right, let's see what happens here. We have really increased our average with this one. So that's 160. So $180 on the table right now. All right, so we hit 29. Let's see, that's going to pay 40 chips. 15 right there. There is 20 right there. All right, there we go. So there is 40 chips to pay that. And then $20 on the basket. And $60 on the column. And there's our profit. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So a $45 profit. 6 losing numbers. That's right. Let's see. You can make the column 70 for a little profit on the column instead of break even. Okay, so the column's a push. How much is it? Okay, for Dan. Okay. All right, 0. There we go. All right, so what does that pay? 44 chips. So there's 12, there's 17, there's 20 right there. And that's going to pay 44 chips. So there's 44 right there. Okay, so we just recovered everything we had lost. All right, we're going to go again. All right, so there it is. Another 60 right there. And our profit is $60. So a $60 profit hitting the basket down there with this one. All right. Feel like we need to change it up now. Let's see. So, okay. I got it for $150, including drinks. Okay, so Dan's talking about the new private beach area at Nassau. I think is what he's talking about. He got it for $150, including the drinks. All right, I think we said that was a $45 profit. Let's not rake it. Let's just pay. All right, so there's $45 profit right there. All right, let's shift that one. Bad idea. All right, so Dan says if it sucks, I'll just go back to what I normally do in Nassau and stay on the ship. That's just about what we do. I mean, oh gosh, we go walk through the straw market, you know, tell a bunch of people no. That's about how it goes. All right, we're gonna reset here. And we got to put $60 back on that column down there. All right. Yeah, Royal Beach Club. That's the new thing in Nassau. Let's see. 7 losing numbers. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4. I pointed at it. I think that's what happened. The wheel has eyes, if y'all haven't noticed. All right. Have we got enough to cover again? I don't think we do. No, we do. All right. 60 down there. 25 on 4 corners, 20 on that basket, and well, we got, you know, that's not even Uber money, but we got tip money. We tip the dealer and thank them for taking all of our money. Let's see, that looks similar to Point Pusher, just not as much coverage. Yes. All right, so there we go. So $45 win on that 19 there. All right, so 45 profit right there. Yeah, and I think that's where this this strategy came from. It's just Point Pusher. We pretty much just pulled a corner and increased the column. I think is kind of the direction we went with it, because that's should be a push. Yeah, because 60. We got 120, yeah, so that's a push. The column is definitely a push. Yeah, these are some expensive points, but we got $160 out there on the table. You know, so 160 points for those, if we can make it. A couple more spins, another $45 profit right there. Come on, get us another one here. Let's see, Aaron says, I told you what happened Saturday. First 3 hits for 1, 34, 34. Wiped out. Wiped. All right, here we go. One last spin. We should have cashed out. Let's see what a chip says here. What does it say? Oh, it said I should have cashed out. Should we trust the chip? Oh, no, we shouldn't have trusted the chip. I mean, what the heck? All right, there we go. So $45 profit right there. All right, let's call it quits. So that's 30 spins right there, and that was Aaron. What he likes to run normally is kind of those strategies right there has worked for him on earning some points. And Aaron has said that he really hasn't run into any issues like playing the 315 strategy, which has a lot of coverage. There's only 4 numbers, exposed on it, which, that's a lot of coverage, to be honest. And then when he throws that one chip on there, you saw how it did. It kind of just held its own most of the time. You know, because you can get 20 spins before you're down $100 at that rate. All right, so not too bad, not too bad. And then switching over to that 401 basket strategy works out. All right, so let's see. So $500 in, we're out for $325. So that's a loss of $175. And we went 30 spins with it. And we was at $50 for 10 of those spins. No, for 20 of those spins. And then we were at $160 for 10 of the spins. So let's say we got 100 plus the 160 for the 10 spins. So that's 260 points for that session. All right. What you guys think? That sound like a good one? Let's see. All right, so Aaron said he played it on e-roulette, which is, I guess it's just got the electronic tablet that you play off of there, Aaron. So we got $300. And then Dan asked if Royal has any bubble craps. There aren't any on any ships I've seen, and Dan has been on a lot of ships, and he says no bubble craps. All right. Let's see. Dan says, I don't think they really have enough room for bubble craps in most. Yeah. Them, you know, Dan, that could be something they could put it in the promenade. You know, maybe they could put that up in those promenade casinos instead of putting so many slot machines up there. But, you know, hey, if you play slots, you know, that's kind of your thing. So, yeah. Yep, Aaron says it's like bubble craps, except it's the roulette. Okay. All right, what we got now? So we are down $480 right now. What y'all want to try? All right, let's scroll up here. Randall had something. Let's all scroll up a little bit. All right, Randall, you still on here? It was up close to the top. He had something he wanted us to try. Lord, I don't realize how much, you know, really don't realize how much you guys chat. Let's see. He says, I have a new strategy to try. He says, bet 1 unit each on 10 numbers, all in 1 dozen. I prefer the first 12, but using the Fibonacci sequence. Let's play that with $2. Let's play that with $2 chips. All right, so we're going to buy in for $200. Remember, cash on the table, your CPass card, they scan it, give it back to you. That's how you get your points. All right, so we're going to play that one with $2 chips there, Randall. And it's 10 numbers on 10 numbers in 1 dozen. All in 1 dozen. I prefer the first. All right, so this one can be scary. I don't know if we got enough chips. We may have to buy in for some more money, especially playing Fibonacci. It's better than Martingale, but not much. Okay, so you prefer the first 12. So all right, that's 11 numbers. Let's go that one. Let's go that one. All right, there we go. We got 12 and 6 left open on that one. All right, 18. Let's see. Let's just let's give the casino 10 chips right there. All right, let's see. All right, so Randall says he's still here. 30 Day says this could be a scary one. Bob says buying for 10,000. Randall says 400 would be better. You can chase the winner as well. Okay, well we may wish we would have switched over to that. All right, so here we go. So that's 10 chips there. All right, we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna stick with it. I mean, we're gonna give it a chance. All right, so now we have to go 2 chips on each. All right, here we goes. Wait, we 3 spins in. Yeah, 3 spins in. All right, you can chase. Okay, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat, making sure I'm not missing nothing. 25. Okay, so we just lost 20 chips. All right, so it's 1, 1, 2. Now we got a 3 chips each. Come on. Everybody cross your fingers. Everybody think low number. Something 1 to 12. I would cover the 12 as many times as you hit it tonight. Okay, we missed it. We didn't get it. Wait, where are we at with it? We're nowhere close to it. Okay, so we're gonna need more money. All right, we're back. Lord have mercy. Jeez Louise. Spoke too soon. Dude, I have no idea what's going on. Let's see, how long have we been here? 51 minutes. All right, so we lost all that. I'm not sure we need to go any more of that there, Randall. Because now we got to go to 8. All right, so we landed on 13, so we missed that. I don't know. All right, everybody back? Everybody got me? Stupid thing. You do the same thing every week, and then suddenly it wants to start acting up. Let's just see if I've got enough for one more spin. All right, almost. Let's see. Oh, we got 2 chips for the dealer. Here we go. Did we miss the 5? Yes. Yeah, I went up to 5 each. I didn't realize it had stopped videoing. We missed that one. Now we're at 8 chips each. And we hit 21. Okay. All right. So that didn't work out very well. All right. So keep working on that one, Randall. I think we might have been better off if we would have chased it, like you said. All right, let me pack everything back up here because I think we're about at the end of our night before it cuts off again. Rebuy 130. Okay. Let's see. All right, so we are 53 minutes into this. Let's go ahead and start winding her down. If you guys want to go ahead and start getting your last spin one-hit wonders in there. And let's take this one in for a landing here, hopefully before it cuts off again. I have no idea why it's doing what it's doing. Let's see, we're in for $400 with that one. We're out for 0. So we lost 400 there, and we only went 5 spins. And we didn't get but, I would say we probably only got 25 points for it. All right. Not many points. I'm gonna have to figure something else out about my live stream if it's gonna keep doing this on us every week. All right, so what did we lose? So we're out $625. So $625. That's like $875 lost. All right, so we lost $875 tonight, and we earned 400 and let's just say 500 points. So 500 points cost us $875. Not a good night. Not a good night at all. Oh, I need that, don't I? All right. The video cutting off has got me kind of messed up. So bear with me. All right, let's see what we got. So if you're questioning what's going on, last spin, one hit wonder. You get 20 chips to work with. There's no minimum bet anywhere. Spin it one time. Whoever wins the most money wins the chip. So here's the chip. And if you win, you have to email me at roulettecruisin@gmail.com. Send me your name, your address, and I'll put this chip in the mail to you. It'll be in the mail tomorrow, headed your way. All right. So remember, roulettecruisin@gmail.com. All right, so let's see who's up first. All right, so Aaron. So Aaron, notice, is that Aaron or is that Jason? So Jason wants 9 blacks. So Jason plays black. That's what he does. He only plays with black chips. All right, so 9 chips. There's 4, 8, 9. All right, 9 chips on 34. 11 chips on 34 column. All right, it should be all that. All right, there you go, Jason. Got you set up there. You are the black chips. All right, who's next? Dr. S, you are going to be blue. All right, blue chips. Dr. S says he wants all 20 chips on the middle column, okay? Dr. S wants all 20 on the middle column. You are blue. All right, Bob. So Bob, you're orange tonight. Let's get you orange. Bob says he wants 20 on the first column. All right, so Bob, you got it, orange. All right, Randall, you are green. All right, Randall's green. He's got 10 chips. 10 chips on 1012 Street, okay? And 10 on 2830 Street. All right. There you go, Randall. All right, Sammy, you are purple. All right, Sammy, you want 12 chips. So 12 chips on 1318. So 1318 double street right there. And 8 chips on 1720 split. All right, there you go. There's 7 chips on there, Sammy. You are purple. All right, 30 day. You are going to be, let's give you yellow. Oh, I got pink. All right, so 30 day. All right, yellow. You want 10 chips on second 12. 10 chips on second 12, 10 chips on second column. All right, who we got? Red. So red's up next. All right, Aaron, you want 5 chips each. Okay, 5 chips each. 13, 15, 22, and 27. 22 and 27. All right. You are red there, Aaron. All right, who we got next? Email sent. You got to win first. Let's see. It's Jonathan. Okay. Let's see. Jonathan, you're Eagles? All right. Big Day motivation. Okay, so we got that. We're going to give you white there, Big Day. So 10 on black, and 10 on 19 to 36. 10 on 19, okay, right there. All right, that look right? All right, so let's see. So I thought that was Aaron. So Jonathan, you are Eagles. And Big Day motivation is white. All right. All right. there we go. We got everybody. Anybody missing? I think I got everybody on there. All right, here we are. We're spinning for the black chip. Remember, if you win, you have to email me at roulettecruisin@gmail.com. Let me know that you won tonight, episode 33. And for the last spin, one hit wonder. And here we go. We're going to get the wheel spinning good. Make sure that I ain't cheating nobody. And here we go. The ball is spinning. Who's going to be our lucky winner for the night on the last spin, one hit wonder? Somebody's going to have to win something. 28. All right, there we go. All right, so 28. Pretty sure the green got it. There's not enough on that. There's not enough on that. Yeah, there's not enough there to beat that green. So there we go. Green has it. So who was green? Randall. Randall is our winner tonight. All right, Randall, be sure to send me that email if you don't mind at roulettecruisin@gmail.com. Make sure to send it to me. And there it is. That's it for the night. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Doing my best to work through them. May have to try to work on some other system or something. Let's see. Green. Green has 5 chips. No, green has 10 chips on there. So that would be $55 right there. And that would only be 40. No, that'd be 60. Hold on. No, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Time out. Time out. Time out. Time out. I missed something. So that would only pay 55 chips. And the orange would have 60. Oh my gracious. I have screwed it up, Randall. I have done it wrong. That 20 chips on that column beats your 10 chips on this street. Yeah. Yeah, it beat him by 5 chips. Would it not? No, hold on. I got to add them up. I'm not very smart tonight for some reason. So that takes 5 off of there. Nope. Nope. We had it right. I had it right. I knew I had it right. All right, Randall, you did win it. You did win it. I need to put the chips out here. So you won it by 5 chips. That's it. That's it. Randall's like, no, the street pays 10 to 1 or 11 to 1. So 11 to 1 for the street. That's 55 chips. That puts you at 65 chips total. 60 chips total for the orange. So Randall has it with 55 or 65 chips there. All right, there we go. Appreciate you joining me tonight. Sorry about the mix up here at the end, but there it is. That's the end of tonight's Sunday Night Spins. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Make sure to hit that like button for me. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to 35 to 1 Roulette Cruisin'. I should be on here next week. So cross our fingers it works out. And until next time, happy cruising. See y'all. Bye.